Okay, this is a very highly requested video, so welcome to Chronic for You's Declassified POTS Survival Guide. So if you're just diagnosed with POTS, or you've been diagnosed with POTS for a while, I have some tips and tricks that might help you not feel so shitty. So let's get into it. So, when I was first diagnosed with POTS, I was a mess. I couldn't keep weight on because my heart was beating so fast and the calories were sticking, and my blood volume was just, it wasn't existent. So, what my doctors, also, let me just preface, I am not a doctor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. You can do what you like with this advice. Just some seeds to plant in your head that maybe you could talk to your doctor about and see if it'll help you. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing that I did was my doctor prescribed me weekly IV sodium chloride infusions. I did a liter twice a week. Once I got the blood volume up, I was getting my heart rate down. I started getting some weight. Girl, she was doing so much better. And I don't really need them as much. I have a home nurse who comes when I get sick. I need them. When I get a really bad period, I get an IV infusion. Anyways, depending on how severe your case is, something to look into. Okay, number 2, another option for hydration. So the one thing that has helped me, I went to Johns Hopkins and I met with the POTS specialist there. And he told me to chug 16 ounces of water every 2 hours. The reason behind this is because just like sipping and nursing it through the day doesn't really give you that boost, but not plain water, okay? So what I like to do is, I have 2 faves. I am not sponsored by either of these. I am a partner of one of them, but this video is not sponsored by them. My first go-to is LMNT unflavored, don't do any flavor, 1,000 milligrams in each packet, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It's basically just straight salt. What I like to do is put one of these in 16 ounces of water and chug it first thing in the morning. I, though, have recently been weaning off of those a little bit because if you've heard of Buoy, they originally came out with the regular just Buoy hydration drops, which just don't really have salt in them. But they came out with Buoy Rescue Drops, and I'm really trying to switch over and figure out the dosing for myself because one of these is going to last me much longer than a box of these. And I'm not getting powder anywhere. It's great. So I'm figuring out how to do the switch, but I really do love. The only thing is that there's only 320 milligrams of salt in a squeeze. So just do 2. Also, not technically sponsored, but I have a code. Okay, I don't know if it's sponsored. You tell me. I have a code with Buoy. They don't know I'm making this video. You can use my code CHRONIC4U20 and you can get 20% off. They also have a program for people with chronic illnesses where you can get 35% off for life. So it's good brand to support. Okay, so they're called Buoy Rescue Drops. Back to the regime. So 16 ounces, chug every 2 hours. And when I started doing that, I really started functioning again. And so also, I know that a lot of people with POTS also have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, gastroparesis. So chugging 16 ounces of water in one go may not be an option for you, which is why I have other tips and advice in this video. So you don't have to be able to do every single one of them, but try it out. Might help. Run it by your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Next, when you're on the go, portable fan. Unless people with POTS and dysautonomia, the temperature deregulation is ridiculous. I will be hot in a room that is 60 degrees, okay? It doesn't matter how cold the room is. It happens. And then we get all fainty and start sweating. But this portable fan has been a lifesaver. There's a zillion on Amazon. If you want the one I have, you can check out the on my Instagram I have an Amazon storefront. Okay, along with temperature dysregulation, whatever. Ice. I love these ice rings. I'm not going to put it on right now because I'm actually freezing. I'm frigid. But these are great because putting ice like on your what is this? Your jugular? I don't know. It just cools you down immediately in these areas, your wrists and your neck. Compression garments. I wear compression socks all the time. All the time. And I can't function without them. So, compression garments. They have waist binders you can wear. I don't love them. I'm very sensory sensitive. The only thing, and it took me a while to get used to compression socks. The only thing I can really handle are the socks, and they work great for me. You can get them a little below your knee. You can get them up to your thigh. You can get a whole tights situation. They're really cute in the winter. You can get a bunch of different styles and designs. It's great. If you're a potsy with fainting and low blood pressure, it's good to check in on your blood pressure in the morning. Don't get too crazy about checking it. When I first was diagnosed, I got a little bit obsessive when it came to checking my blood pressure. Set a few times in the day that you're gonna check and see how your body's doing. Unless you're like, oh my God, I feel really terrible right now. I gotta make sure that I'm in a safe zone. So, blood pressure machine, they all kind of work the same. This one's from CVS. And when checking your heart rate, you can have a pulse ox or a smartwatch. Again, when I was first diagnosed, I was constantly checking my heart rate on my smartwatch. What I would recommend is wear your watch throughout the day. Make it so you cannot see your heart rate. And at the end of the day, see what your body was doing, because seeing your heart rate go up makes you more anxious, makes the heart rate go up even more. So it's really good, just unless you're in a crisis where you're really feeling ill, try not to focus too much on the heart rate. Advice that isn't given. I'm not a doctor. This is what worked for me. Keep that in mind. Don't forget it. Don't sue me. Salt. You need salt. Just so these are Bowie's rescue salts. I like them because they're just they're in a nice little container ready to go for you. Under the tongue. I love it under the tongue. That is like the fastest way to get the salt into you. Under the tongue. It is absolutely great. Okay. So those are all the things that are in my bin. And, I'll tell you that I range, depending on how I'm feeling, 4,000 to 7,000 milligrams of salt a day. And the most of that I get through drinking. I don't really salt my food that much. Maybe I should. I don't know. But a lot of it is through my, where is it? Every 2 hour chug sessions. So, on to medication, physical therapy. There are no FDA-approved medications for POTS, but there are medications that are given. And one that I'm on is ivabradine, also known as Corlinor, and it is for people with heart failure, usually, but it reduces heart rate. And it has been a game changer for me. It has helped me a lot. And the other medication I take is Midodrine, which helps increase blood pressure. I'm not telling you to hop on these medications. I'm just telling you what I've been taking and how it's helped me. And I know that's kind of personal to share your medications, but when I was first diagnosed, I was so freaking lost, and I want to know all this information. So, that's what I'm taking. And once I got that heart rate down, getting that heart rate down allowed me to start doing some physical therapy. Starting to move when you're first diagnosed with POTS is very scary, because we are doing everything in our power to avoid feeling dizzy, faint, short of breath, going blind, all the because POTS symptoms are just straight up, they're scary. My next video will be about starting exercise with POTS, and so stay tuned. There will be a part 2 of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bow, bow, bow.